Hey there, today we have an outdoor spigot that's stuck and dripping. Every time I need to use this, I have to break out the good old channel locks and loosen it up. So today, we're replacing this old spigot with a brand new frosted proof spigot. Lucky for me, I have access to the faucet from the back. So let's shut the main water off, drain the lines, and replace this faucet. This is a good time to get rid of the shark bite fitting that's behind the wall. That's why I decided to cut the pipe way back here so I have room to run a new line. I then removed the clip that was holding the pipe and cut the pipe so I could pull it out of the wall. Outside with the drill, I removed the two screws holding the spigot and pulled it right out. When you install these outdoor frost-proof valves, make sure to angle down a little bit just so the water can run out when not in use. Usually they will come with shims that will help you in that scenario. You will need to apply silicone to prevent water penetrating the wall. Usually I like to apply silicone before, sandwiching the spigot in, and apply some more afterwards. When screwing the spigot in place, make sure to use exterior screws. In my application, I'm on wood surface, so I use exterior wood screws. And again, one last bit of silicone around the spigot and you wipe it off the excess. On the inside, I transition from CPVC to PEX. I apply cement to the pipe, the fitting, and back on the pipe. I then use my favorite tape, Blue Monster tape, on the threaded ends of the spigot and added a dab of threaded sealant on top of it just to make it perfect. Now to install the female PEX transition, I started off with tightening by hand and you finish off with adjustable wrench. And this is what I like PEX so much. You measure them, you cut them with the cutters, grip them in place, check them with your go and no go gauge, and you move on to the next pipe. And here I'm installing my last piece of PEX pipe. Same story, measure, cut, slide the copper rings, crimp them in place, and you check them with your go no go gauge. And because these water lines felt very loose, I decided to add a 2x4 block behind the water lines for support. I used a powder actuator gun to shoot the nails in the concrete wall. If you don't have one, you can also drill and anchor with concrete bolts. I added one clamp from the water lines to the 2x4 and the second clamp from the spigot to the wall. And here's our final product. Brand new PEX lines, which are well supported. Time to turn the water back on and check our work. That's it. As I said in the beginning of the video, if you have access from the back, it's much easier to replace the outdoor spigot. Few things to note here. Remember, when installing this spigot, to have it angled down. As you saw from when I opened the faucet, it takes a little longer for the water to run all the way out. Another tip is when you're not using the outdoor spigot, make sure to remove the hose. Do not leave the hose there during cold months because the water could sit inside the spigot and freeze and end up damaging the spigot. For the parts I used in this project, check out the description below. And now that we replaced the outdoor spigot, check out this next video on another shutoff that's always in need of replacing. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.